Listen, Winner, the magazine teens and preteens enjoy and ask for. Listen and Winner magazines encourage development of good habits and high ideals. Each issue bases its content on providing teens and preteens with the life skills they need to succeed. They are the magazines teens and preteens ask for because they talk about their concerns and interests. There are 6 basic kinds of articles that appear in each issue of Listen and Winner. True stories. These are stories about the basic conflicts and concerns that teenagers face each day. Issues such as peer pressure, decision-making, friendship, family conflict, self-discipline, drugs, drinking, and suicide have been addressed. We have also been inundated with stories about being a new kid in a new school and falling in with the wrong crowd. Factuals. These articles present current, accurate information on the nature and effects of tobacco, alcohol, and other drugs. A variety of reliable sources are usually quoted with a style and diction that communicate effectively with teenage readers. Recent subjects have been marijuana, LSD, cocaine, designer drugs, date rape, alcohol advertising, smokeless tobacco, and the war against drugs. Also in these magazines are positive alternatives. These articles offer the reader activities that increase one's sense of self-worth through achievement and or involvement in helping others. They are often categorized by 3 kinds of focus: hobbies, sports, and clubs. Also, the issues have personalities and organizations. For our personality features, articles focus on teenagers and adults who, because of their achievements as well as their wholesome, upbeat, drug-free lifestyles, may serve as positive role models for Listen and Winner readers. Subjects come from everyday life as well as professional or amateur sports, the entertainment world, or public life. Another feature is self-help and social skills, which offer positive, practical ways in which kids may cope with everyday conflicts and develop self-esteem. Recent topics have been handling spare time, learning 10 ways to say no, coping with depression, handling stress, overcoming self-centeredness, coping with military deployment, building a resume, keeping a job, what to expect and how to survive your first year of college, getting along with a step-parent, etc. Quizzes and games. Recent topics have been evaluating a date, internet safety, how to tell if you drink too much caffeine, etc. Now here are what some teens and preteens have said.
I enjoy Listen magazine because it helps me understand that there are other kids who have some of the same problems that I do, and I know that I am not alone.
I like your magazine because it really makes you think about what the article is covering.
I like Listen magazine because I can read about problems that might relate to my life or someone's very close to me. And I can also read how they solved the problem or went about solving the problem. I also like it because it has stories that all teenagers can relate to.
The stories in the magazine make me think of what would happen to me if I would try drugs or alcohol. That keeps me away from thinking about them. It is sometimes hard because the people around me smoke or drink, but I try to stay focused and I hope to stay on the same path that I am on right now. So thank you, Listen, for helping me through those times that I did not know what to do.
Just a few years ago while I was in high school, drugs were a major part of my life, possibly the only part. I came across your magazine in the counselor's office my sophomore year and stopped to read it. I've been drug and alcohol free for 3 years.
I really enjoy it because it relates to the problems of kids my age. It also answers questions I've had that I was afraid to ask.
Listen is one of my favorite magazines. I learn a lot from reading it. I also found one of the subjects that I had to do my research on. It is very easy to read and very easy to understand.
I like reading Listening magazine because it's easy to read. The articles and stories are written such that teenagers can understand them and relate to them.
So, which one is for you? Listen magazine is for teens in grades 7 through 12, as well as those in their 20s. The Winter magazine is for preteens in grades 4 through 6. It also has been used in 3rd grade. What you can do. If you are a teenager or preteen with questions and concerns that you have been afraid to ask, if you are a teenager or preteen and having trouble communicating with your parents and understanding each other, if you are a teenager or preteen and want good, true information and facts, ask your parents to get you Listen or Winter magazine, or get it yourself if you can. If you are a teenager or preteen who has a friend with questions and concerns that they have been afraid to ask, if you are a teenager or preteen who has a friend who is having trouble communicating with their parents, if you are a teenager or preteen who has a friend who wants good, true information and facts, tell your friend and their parents about Listen or Winter magazine. Parents, this is an excellent publication for teens and preteens. These are publications they enjoy and ask for. These are publications they relate to and get the best information regarding their concerns, especially when, as when we were kids, we didn't listen to all our parents told us. Here's what a parent said regarding the Listen and Winter magazines. We have 2 children ages 12 and 14. They have been receiving your magazines for the past 2 years. The day their issues arrive, they start reading and don't stop until they have covered each issue, page by page and front to back. We started out just subscribing to Winter for our 14-year-old daughter when she was almost 12. Our son, who was only 9 at the time, was always anxious for his sister to finish her issue, so she would pass it along to him. They were both very happy when we began subscribing to both publications, so they each had their own. When they are finished with each issue, they pass it on to their cousin, who is 12 and goes to public school. He is always pleased to get each issue and eagerly reads them also. Our daughter is going into high school in the fall and commented, quote, "I know things will be different in high school and I might be exposed to a lot of dangerous stuff, but I think I'll be able to beat the peer pressure," unquote. We feel Listen magazine, with its informative articles and everyday examples of how to deal with peer pressure, is a big part of her preparedness. Each issue gives the kids real-life examples of young people who choose to live clean lives without drugs and alcohol and still manage to be quote-unquote cool. They also educate kids about specific drugs and the dangers and effects of them in a very realistic and understandable way. We've been very happy with the quality and pertinence of both Listen and Winter magazines, and will continue to subscribe to them as long as we have children at home to read them. We feel both publications help prepare our children to become young adults with the resources necessary to combat the temptations of today and the peer pressure that is ever present in their lives. Thank you for caring enough about the future of our youth to make these publications available. Sincerely, Larry and Cindy McConnell. Listen, Winter, the magazine teens and preteens and parents enjoy and ask for. Get yours today.
This is Warren Marr, Regional Director of Community Crusade Against Drugs. Our local mailing address is Community Crusade Against Drugs, 5625 Pearl Drive, Suite F, number 101, Evansville, Indiana, 47712-8106. Our phone numbers are 812-760-7487 or 270-823-3131. You can find us on the web at ccadwm.org, or you may email me at listen@ccadwm.org.